listening to Everything Sparkle. I am so excited today because we have the cast of Firefighter, a movie I got to be a part of that was really exciting. I have all the lovely actors and actresses in it. Art Paul is the star, and of course, our director, Chris Mackey. So stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. Behind me and around me, I'm surrounded by the cast of Firefighter, and this is a really scary, intense movie. We'll go around. So, Art, Paul, explain your role.
Well, I'm a firefighter, and I try to help save lives. And unfortunately, I get a spell casted on me, and I take lives away.
Ooh.
So kind of a horror action comedy, maybe.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Jeff,
Yeah.
Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. So I'm like, what was that? I know.
What movie was that? Oh my God, let's not give anything away.
Yeah,
Now.
Mayor,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We're the
And
mayor.
I'm dirty. I'm trying to hire some heat to kill somebody off, and somehow heat comes in and just kills me.
We're talking about your role in the movie, not your role in real life.
Yeah.
I was down the street yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh my God, and this is my sister, well, my movie star sister, Jess.
Hello. I also played his girlfriend,
Yes.
so that was pretty fun.
It
And
was.
your sister.
Right, hey. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You got to intro yourself. I can't
Allow me
say
to
your
introduce myself. My name is Juan Rodriguez, and I played the role of King Falero in Chris Mackey's Firefighter. Unfortunately, I met my untimely death at the hands of
A
Firefighter
lot of
here.
spoilers. Jeez.
Anyway,
I wasn't going to say anything about my role.
I give thanks to Sparkle and for having us here today. And it's like a reunion here with the cast
Yeah.
of Firefighter. Happy to be here.
And Gerard Butler. I mean, this is the
black
next
belt.
best thing. Explain.
Yeah, I play Hooter, a gas station clerk who has a bit of a smart mouth and gets himself in trouble.
And his name is Gerald Beardsley. I just like to call him Gerard Butler because it's fun.
Wooter.
And of course, Chris Mackey, our lovely director. Oh my gosh.
Stop. I'm already nervous.
Okay, explain, how did you come up with this concept and this movie?
I was trying to figure out how not to like hurt people's feelings and stuff like that. I wrote it for the. There was a movie called The Big Hit, and there's a gigolo in it. It's a Mark Wahlberg movie. And there was a gigolo in it named David Usher, and I met him, and I wrote Art's part for the gigolo from The Big Hit. And then one of the other roles was for a wrestler named Jeff Cobb, aka Matanza. So it was like I didn't want to make Ryan nervous about, anyway, that was like 20 years ago.
Wow.
And it went into turnaround like 4 times. And originally it was like based on like a maniac cop kind of first responder horror film kind of a thing.
Nice.
And it was such a blessed occasion when we filmed. I had so much fun.
So how long did it take you to create this and think up the concept?
20 years. 20 years.
But when you finally found Art and then like, okay, now we're going to put this on screen, what was that like?
2 years?
Wow,
Yeah.
really?
2 years? Yeah.
Patiently
It might have been longer. It's
Oh
a long
my.
story.
I mean, this
There's
is what
drama.
we're here for.
Let's not go to the drama.
Well, let's talk about, can we talk about some of the story that's not dramatic or dun dun dun? Is it just getting funding and finding a location and
It's
the whole
always about
characters?
funding. It's always about funding. And I had a director in place. A director falled out. I had a screenwriter in place. Screenwriters fall out.
So you end up doing everything yourself?
Yeah.
Have
And
you done that before in other movies?
15 years ago, I directed, was the last time, Boot Hill Blind Dead. Wrote, I've been writing constantly for
Right.
the last 20 years. Some of the scripts are really, Tribal Black Ops is one of my big things that I would claim, and A Dove Among Pigeons. I've written quite a bit. It's the directing was so scary, and these guys made me feel so good. The only thing I apologize about is the weather. The weather was horrible. You know,
Oh my god. Yes, everyone makes fun of me because I really detest cold weather. But
you're such a sissy.
and I had to like wear the least amount of clothing out of all of you, so that was a like. Hey, I wasn't the director or the writer for that. I
When
didn't-
you're right, you're right. Oh.
And so my character Anya Sinclair, how did you come up with that and my beautiful name you gave me?
I love names. I love titles. I love a plot and names. Inya is I forget which language it is, but it means fire. Saint George is like a plot spoiler because Saint George the Dragon Slayer, you know, and that's like a great, you know, granddaughter of his, you know, and you're the
I
little
love
sister.
that.
Yeah, you know, see, because her name's Imberly, like Ember. See, hers is a little tackier than yours. Inya's, I think, an amazing name. So, you know, I was like, you know, and we ended up doing M on hers just to make it look more realistic. Because again, I wrote it 20 years ago originally, and it's like, okay, all right, we need to update this a little bit, you know. And the little sister came in about 2 or 3 years ago. You know, there wasn't any little sister because I didn't want the focus to be pulled away from the main actress. And there you are now.
Oh my gosh. So speaking of characters, I wasn't the only one slightly dressed. All of you guys were very cold, shivering out there, doing push-ups to stay warm.
Oh yeah. It was definitely cold. I'm not a cold person. I love the heat. So that was kind of tough for me. So in order for me to be able to stay focused or whatnot, I had to get my body warm. Which I was doing push-ups and, you know, whatever I could to keep the blood flow, because if I'm staying still, yeah, don't bother me.
But one day, the day I wasn't there, it was actually warmer, right?
Yeah, it wasn't bad actually. It wasn't too bad. But all in all, it turned out good. We came together and we made it work. It's pretty much teamwork. If you can't get along with your other co-workers, co-stars, then definitely you got nothing strong to create. And that was what was important. It was like a family coming together, understanding each other, being able to work with each other, and that's what's key in filming.
What did you do to prepare? Because this is like a lot of, your character had many layers.
Well, I mean, whatever Chris, as the director, wanted, I just try to give it to him. I mentally prepared myself. I mean, I love to show people, like, pretty much be entertaining for people, regardless of the situation, whether if it's crying, laughing, whatever it is. I want to give it 110%. And I would always ask, hey, is this good? You want me to do better? I'll try better. And pretty much he was happy with it. So I always critiqued my own self, but
Can I
Yes,
add something?
interject.
yeah, of course.
Art's done a lot of films. This is the first time he wasn't the bad guy. I mean, he kills as a bad guy, but to me that was so unfair that that's all he's going to do because of whatever kind of typecasting. So I wanted him to be the hero. So that makes him step out of his, you know, comfort zone. And
I mean,
as the bad guy, I mean, he can grunt, he can talk in a foreign language or whatever, you know, do very physical stuff. But as the hero, I mean, he went through all kinds of emotions and stuff. He stepped up. I mean, I loved the whole cast. You know, I didn't audition anybody, okay? Everybody brought their A game, you know, which is so good, you know. And him, I mean, the whole movie is like on his shoulders, literally. Luckily, they're strong, you know. You know, but I mean, it's like a big deal. They have to believe him, and I've seen footage.
and I was hoping that's what I brought to the team and
Yeah.
to this film is, you know, if one person, you know, doesn't perform as good, it's gonna affect everybody. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a chain reaction, and I didn't want to do that. Yeah, I've done bad guy roles. I've done evil stuff, and I mean, I had to look for that, I guess. But
What backstory did you give your character when you were preparing? Because since you have the different layers.
backstory? I don't know. You want to answer that?
See,
Chris?
I don't. But that was there's only like 1 or 2 arguments on the set, and Art was going, "What am I supposed to do? I go, do you be who you are? Because, I mean, he's an amazing person as a person.
Yes.
Not as an actor, not as anything, and not as a personality. As a person. And he brought that person to the screen. Okay? Because it was really special.
I guess the way to put that is I've looked at different actors, big time actors, and watched how they got a monologue, and I've always I even told Jess this one time, and the dialect that they have, and I've always tried to be word for word because that's how I am, but learning how these other actors, Hollywood actors, how they approach it, they put their own personality into it,
Right.
which makes them different. And I didn't realize that until I saw like a script of some of the top names. I can't think of it right now, but because my mind just went blank. But I noticed that, and I'm like, okay, you know what? Maybe that should put more of ease. And if people like me, they like me. If not, then I should stop trying my hardest to impress someone else. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, which so far it's been a blessing, thank God, and that's what I've been doing, and you know, so far so good, and hopefully get more stuff.
Sounds good. And we are going to get into the other things that you're doing besides acting because you wear many hats.
Yes.
But we're going to go back and talk about
Yes.
Jeff. How did you prepare for your character, and how long have you been working with Mackey? Have you worked on other Mackey
I've
films?
known him forever, and
Yeah.
we're always going to
It's
do
the
a little
first-
something. It's the first time we
Yeah,
did
first
this.
time.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out 15, 20 years.
Yeah, 15, 20 years. I've been here that long, so.
I know, right?
Yeah. So hopefully the next one won't take that long. But I only had a little scene, and he kills me off pretty fast, so I don't know how he
I
does
remember
it.
going
Yeah.
over lines with you. So
Yeah. That's right. In the car.
Yeah.
On the way up. Yeah. Yeah, it was a fun little role. It was fun.
And you've been acting forever, though.
No,
Can
not
you
forever.
can you name some of the roles that people have seen you in? Some movies that we can
look at my IMDb or something.
Can you give us a little like other
I got
things
all kinds
that?
of things I could say. out
Because
there,
I
but-
mean, you have a martial arts background, so you
and
get
so
such
does
a
he.
lot of.
He's a black belt over there. So yes, I have more of a boxing background than a martial arts, but I like both.
Is there anything coming up that you can talk about that you're going to be a part of? Anything
Well, I have a
exciting?
martial arts film. I'm trying to bring Fresno. So
Can we talk about that, or is that a hush?
no, not really.
I know I kind of let the
I
cat
keep
out of the
getting
bag when
yelled-
Melanie was here.
Yeah, I know. And I keep letting it out of the bag, but I know what I'm doing by doing that. So
Nice.
Okay, well, Jess, you have this huge acting career that's popped out of nowhere. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're working on and your role in this movie? Start off with the role in this movie, and then tell us what you're
Okay.
working on.
So it was actually my first audition back into acting for, I want to say, almost 10 years. I was out being mom for a long, long time. And so I met Chris Mackey and was privileged that he chose me as Emberly, and that was really fun. I got to channel some old school acting. I haven't done it in so long, so it was fun. And you guys all helped me so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Art, too, giving me, some cool critiques that, I appreciate. And then how did I do Emberly? Literally in the bathroom practicing over and over again with my aunt who can't be here, who played
Oh.
The witch.
the crazy
And she did a magnificent
did
job, by the
amazing.
way. That was, I was actually blown away by her performance.
I
Yeah.
can't wait for everyone to see her performance.
We miss you, Linda.
We do. Yeah, she did so good. And then what I'm working on now is I was so lucky, 3 commercials here in the Valley, and I have 2 movies coming up. So I've been super blessed, and that's kind of how I go about it. What I'm meant to be in, I'll get, and what I'm not, I'm not.
And you originally had written that role for somebody else, Linda's role for somebody else, right? Or, I mean, and how did you end up getting Linda? Was it because she said, "Hey, my aunt can do this," or how did that work?
Uh-huh.
I mean, because she did so great, I can't imagine anybody
Let's
else
talk
doing
about
it.
this. Okay, let's talk about this. We were at a convention, okay, at the American Legion Hall or something like that, okay, and Jess came in late. We were almost like all packed up and stuff like that, you know. And Jonathan, our official photographer, was like all upset because he'd already packed up all his camera equipment, and here comes this vision, and he's going, that jawline, oh my god.
And that's
and I'm
true.
like, yeah, she can talk and walk too. I always say that. I always say that. It's like, wow, they can move, you know. It's all good. I'm like, yeah, that's definitely who we want, you know. And then her aunt's like buzzing around her like a little like bumblebee or something like that. And I was like, what a stage mom, you know. It's like a stage aunt, you know.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, Thomasina, the Wicked Witch. But it's like, and I asked Jess, I go, how do I explain? I want her to play the worst person in the movie. You know, it's like, you know,
probably the same way you explained to me my character.
You know, yeah.
And it wasn't pleasant. I'm not going to give anything away. It's just that my character, nothing went well for her. And I had this sibling rivalry with Jess where my father didn't like me, where my father preferred her over her. I mean, her over me. And, you know, I was just, my character was so tragic. So
I'm sorry. Ish.
And you explained it to me so nicely.
Yes.
Yeah, so just nothing, just knowing you're watching it, just nothing goes well. It's like that poor girl the whole time you're watching it, just feel sorry for me because I do.
I was going to say typecasting, but I don't think so. What?
Oh, my.
I'm sorry.
Come on and pick on Sparkle's show day.
Yeah.
Okay, Juan is the man. I mean, this is like the godfather of like acting in front. I mean, can you just...
Quit it. Thank you. What do I say here? I have been acting since November of 2018. Chris Mackey took a leap of faith on me when we were discussing what he had plans for Firefighter and the character that I was going to be playing the role of, King Falero, a hitman. And I'm thankful that I was given the opportunity. As you said, there was no auditions. We brought our A game. And when we work as a team and we listen, things go very well, and I'm glad that we were able to get through Firefighter without any inconveniences besides the weather, which I'm glad that I was not a part of because my scene was done the week before.
That's really cool. Yeah.
But I really had a great time since then. I've had some short films. Midnight Altercation in 2018, it's in post-production. Jeremiah Folia, director. Falcon Pictures. I also completed with Violet Films a short film Bishop, in which I played Detective Cuevas. That was an experience right there. I also have a couple more films in post-production. By summertime I should have about 7 films under my belt. And I do have one commercial as well with Windsong Productions. I am going to be filming in LA as well for an upcoming film.
Oh my! Okay, shut up. We've heard of that.
I do have IMDb too as well, so I'm on Instagram at jkingrod72 and on Facebook.
I was just going to start acting since 2018. I have like 7 minutes of a commercial. I mean that.
Oh my God.
I could keep going, but I mean,
No, that's okay.
we got Wooter right here.
But Juan, explain, how did you get into character? Was this a far cry from reality?
Actually,
and the Boss?
I've been acting all my life, and I mean by acting is life on life's terms. You know, I grew up watching a lot of Hollywood actors, and I paid attention to the characters, the roles that they personified. You know. And that was an inspiration as well. And I do think, as far as inspiration, I think my colleagues here and through social media, they have been very supportive.
Okay, you can go on. What else were you going to say? 7 movies and a commercial. I was
Nice
just
save,
kidding.
I'm fine.
If
Anybody else is interested in seeing my work, well, there's social media. I'm not hard to find. I'm everywhere.
What was the biggest stretch of all these 7 characters and commercial? What was the biggest stretch for you to play?
Well, for the film Bishop, I had a lot of dialogue, and I had to play a detective in that film. You know, so I've always been like the bad guy.
Oh, yeah, we're going to the other side now.
I personify it, you know. But
It's his turn.
anyways, I do have another upcoming film called Tulina. which is something similar to The Exorcist, and that one is going to be very challenging here, in which I play a high priest, which I do encounter demons.
I can see that.
So I'll be co-starring with Jake Lomelli, Glenn Barnhart as the director. So
I'm really fascinated to
blessed.
see that. To see you be a priest.
Yeah.
I just
Me
see
too.
him in a priest. Yeah, I just see him like in the outfit.
No, you can do many things. We're really okay. Wooter.
sorry, Wooter.
Gerard B. Butler.
All
Wooter.
Well, let's start off with Chris. I met Chris at a Comic-Con, and
Is that when you met me too?
that's when I met you too.
Nice.
And he had recognized me from a previous movie that I had done, the martial arts and the stunt work, the fighting
Knights of
scenes,
Justice,
Knights
a
of
Philip
Justice.
Cable movie. Yeah.
And we got to talking, got along pretty good, and he asked me to be part of this movie. I play Hooter, which is roughly based off of Cooter from Dukes of Hazzards. Roughly, not too much, but roughly.
Riding
I
crutches.
have my own twist and my own things to it.
Yeah.
So, but I'm a mechanic and a clerk.
And a black belt.
And black belt. Yes, I'm a World Martial Art Hall of Famer. I have Grandmaster status in Carbowana Eskrima.
Wow. So when do we get to see, what's the next role that you have where you're displaying these talents?
I'm in another movie right now, which is Ride to Iron Mountain with Brian Anderson. In that one, funny enough, I'm a mechanic too.
Uh-oh.
and I do some of the extra scenes and riding scenes, and I'm kind of all over the place in it. It's going to be a great movie. It's going to be a series. Just like this is a great movie. Yeah. And I'm just having fun. It's a great place to be.
So Chris, what movies do you have coming up that we can expect to see from you? And tell me what you're writing.
That was really subtle. Co-star of the next two movies. Wow.
Hey.
Hey, shocker. Okay. The next one that we're working on should be starting in August, and it's called Wing Wing Jr. There was an actor, and he was billed as the smallest leading man in the Philippines in the 80s, and he did 5 films, and it was like the most profitable films in the Philippines. And he did like a miniature version of James Bond, and he did all kinds of he did his own stunts, all kinds of like wire work and all that kind of stuff. Well, he passed away about 10 or 15 years ago, but I found out that his stepmother retired in Fresno, and I think she passed away. I don't know if she passed away or not, but we're gonna do something of a sequel to Wing Wing's adventures. Juan introduced me to a wonderful actor named Marcus Esparza.
And he is coming if he can make it on time.
Yeah. Let me see. Anyway, he's very similar to Wing Wing in as far as like acting talents.
And stature.
Yeah, okay, I didn't want to go there.
Oh, wait. No, I
Anyway,
mean, you know.
Wing Wing was 2.5 feet tall, and Marcus is 4 feet tall.
So doubles.
But I didn't know, like, Marcus is a painter. He has all these other skills. It's one of those kind of things where once you get that connection with people, you find out all this extra stuff about them, you know, and he's amazing. You know, I'm probably going to have him co-write it because I want to bring, you know, as much of whatever he is into the project, you know. But anyway, we have...
So is this going to be kind of like a biopic in a way, or just a
See,
sequel
he wanted
to
to do it that way, like a tribute to him. I want to do it as a James Bond film.
Okay.
Okay? Because James Bond 25 is coming out pretty soon, and we have somebody that could play like the Jaws character, and we have somebody that could play a Russian secret agent, and we have someone that could do like the Famke Janssen. What's her name? Plenty. What is it? I forget what the.
Oh.
I forget what your name is.
The kitty plant. Wait.
Yeah. Was it Kitty Plenty? It is
Yes,
Kitty Plenty.
it's Kitty Plenty. Oh my
Kitty
gosh.
Plenty. Anyway, but yeah, if you think of the Famke Janssen role in the James Bond films, it's like you could do this so easy. You know, I'm not saying you're.
Get the master.
Oh, that's right. We have the master criminal. You know, I was thinking like Dr. No. You know, but Master Falero will be the master criminal in it. So I mean, it'll be exciting.
How exciting.
And then And then in development, and it's again, see, Firefighter took 20 years. So in development is all kinds of different. I have another one called Clone Core. Clone Core is, okay, so I met a guy that looks exactly like Charles Bronson on Facebook, okay? And he's on his 5th remake of Charles Bronson movies, and they're selling really, really well internationally. Then I met a Sylvester Stallone stunt double who looks exactly like Sylvester Stallone, and in fact he's just working on a Rambo sequel right now that's not a Rambo sequel right now. So all you have to do is put him on the poster. He looks exactly like that.
Oh my.
And then to round it out, we have someone who might look like Cher, you know?
I wonder who that could be.
You know? But it's not Cher, but you know, I don't know. Yes. Oh wait, the cousin sings, right? You don't sing, do you?
Oh, my cousin, yeah, we could get
But you
her to
don't sing.
sing.
But you don't sing.
I'll sing for you, Mackey.
Okay, then. Oh, wait. We could have your cousin stunt double.
Oh, that would be
Yes.
amazing. Yeah, she's great at that.
Yeah, like a karaoke thing. It'll be fun.
And that way, if it takes 20 years to make, I'll be Cher's age by then.
Yeah. And that, okay, so I've narrowed it down. Those are the two things I'm most excited about. But I have been playing with a sequel to Nosferatu called Nosferatu 2. And Jan Birch from People Under the Stairs is probably going to option that for himself. So
Nice.
it's about a vampire now who has collected all of these properties. You know, he's a real estate agent. At the mixer tonight, people are going to figure out exactly who I based the character on. Anyways, but it's this real estate agent that's lived for hundreds and hundreds of years, so he's accumulated all this wealth. Well, he's been killing thousands of people as he collects their properties. You know, so but Jan Birch. Google Jan Birch, but People in the Stairs, and I forget out what else. But I think he's a Norwegian actor. But yeah, he wanted to option it this last month, so I'm excited.
How exciting!
You know?
Wow.
You know, but that was again. See, that one I would like hand over to him. You know, and I'm kind of almost everything I've done in the last few years. I've kind of like, okay, can you take this and run, or is it too much of a burden for you? You know, I don't necessarily need to be in charge of everything. I'm not really into that anymore. So it's kind of exciting for me too still, you know.
Okay, and explain the shirt that you're wearing, because this is what you wore in the movie.
Okay. So, well, I can't do the back of it though. But anyways, anyway, huh? It's okay. Can we do it? How can we catch it? Can we catch it somehow? I don't know. I don't know. Huh? Just turn around. See it? So it kind of looks like a fireman's logo.
Hold on. Do that again.
Huh?
And pause for a second. You did it too quick with all.
Yeah, we love your twirl though.
Yeah, look at that bag. Make your butt move.
I know, yeah, right? My traps. Whatever. Anyway, so there was two other things that kept the movie behind for the last 20 years. One of them was blowing up a gas station. Thank you, CGI. So that's going to happen. And another thing was the, oh God, what was your question?
About the movies coming out. So what do you mean? I mean, when you said this took a long time to make, blowing up a gas station was one of the things that held you back.
And I'm trying to, oh my God, I just went blank on it. Oh my God. Huh?
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Thank you. That's why you're the, favorite sister. Okay. So turnouts. Yes. Thank you. Firemen's uniforms. Okay. That's a big deal, right, Jeff? We couldn't get turnouts. We couldn't get firemen's uniforms. In fact, we had a hard time getting into the fire station.
I remember that.
Yeah, that's a whole other thing. But that was like a huge problem. So what if they played if they had a sponsor and they played on a football team, like a charity football team and stuff. Oh, well, that's firemen on their off time. So
right.
That
happens.
We didn't have to do the helmets. We didn't have to do, that all kinds of stuff. So it works on a budget. I mean, it just makes so much sense, I'm thrilled, and I've seen the rough cut, the fire effects they're working on right now and stuff. probably we're going to have a trailer by Easter, and it's probably going to come out either the same week as Star Wars opens at Disneyland or Cinco de Mayo. So somewhere around there. But yeah, I've seen a rough cut of it, and it looks really good. I'm so happy.
like it?
You know, I was such a,
You like it?
Yeah, I really do. I mean, it's, you know, we put you through a lot, you know.
I like that.
You know, yeah. I thought, are we going to be able to show the clip?
Yes, let's show the clip.
Yeah, you guys need to see this.
Oh, we're showing the clip?
Yeah.
There's a clip.
What?
There's a clip, guys.
You guys didn't tell
We're
us.
full of
Is it gonna work?
surprises.
Well, she's up there.
Hey,
It's okay. Got it? I got you. It's okay. Yeah, got it. Yeah. Thank you. Hey, shoot. Oh, wait. Oh my God, Bo, are you okay? Are you okay? Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. That's nuts. Lady, I'm so sorry.
My cat!
Hey, I'm sorry.
Scales, nails, Dragon Ball tails, choke, smoke. This is no joke. Greenhouse fires, this witch's desire. Dragon man, dragon.
I'm so sorry.
You murderer!
Not sure you're you.
What the fuck, dude? White ass on my side of the street? What are you buying?
I want someone gone. Out of Clovis.
This ain't no Lyft or Uber, motherfucker.
A hit. Somebody needs to be killed.
Somebody needs to be killed. Was that so hard to do, Pale Ale?
So, fire chief is running against me in the next election. And he might win.
Well then, let's make him leave.
Sorry. Sorry.
Dude, your skin needs some aloe vera. No car, no bathroom, no service. Hold on.
Oh my gosh, Art! I am never gonna look at you the same again.
Sparkle, I try to get your scenes, but I didn't know what the rating on your show was, so I don't know if we could show those or not. I'm just saying.
You are so bad. Oh my gosh.
And I need to put that rubber band on eBay too. Thank you.
I was exercising, by the way. I don't know why you make it sound so bad. Just
Sure.
It's what I do at the gym every day.
What you do?
Ask George Brown.
Yes, it is what you do.
Oh wow,
There
we
you
did.
go.
See, I'm just exercising.
And one. And
Yeah. Oh, those are steals, huh? Yeah.
Yeah,
you're
so-
just exercising.
That is
You
exercising.
keep telling yourself that. Okay. The Nile's more than the river.
And it was so cold. Oh my!
Yeah.
It's, as the fire burns behind us, it was so cold.
Yes.
So we film a lot in the Central Valley, and a lot of people don't know how we keep movies going, how it's been happening, and this has kind of developed in the past 20 years because, I wasn't in Fresno for about 15 years, and all we had back in the day was Carolyn DeVore, and now I came back and it exploded. We have a whole community. We have agents. We have directors. We have we just have everything. Explain to me, you and Jeff and anybody else who knows how this erupted and when, because you guys have been here since the development
Yeah.
of movies being.
Probably Jeff, the mixers. Talk about the mixers.
Well, it started with an Indiana Jones film. They gave us money to Ray Arthur, who was the film commissioner then, and he said, what do you want to do with this? And we started the website, and the mixers came out of that. Vince Constantino ran it for 5 years. I've been running it for about 3.5.
So around what time was that? The start of Mixers? I know you don't know all the specifics of everything.
10 years ago, I want to
Okay.
10 or 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah. That was around. So
We were doing films before that, but it was all hit and miss, heavy debts, lots of heavy debts, lots of broken friendships over the films and stuff because of the debts and stuff.
That's unfortunate.
It's one of those kind of things. There's people in Visalia that have made films and stuff like that, and their budgets were tens of thousands because that's just the way it was at a certain time and stuff, especially with Union. And their movies like #1 in Portugal as a bootleg, okay? And they all went bankrupt in the production of it and stuff. So, hey, I could do this around my head. So anyway, product placement came up, and to help pay for stuff, you need props, you need things, like on this movie, we kept on coming into incidents. The producer is also the main product placement, and then we had this exercise thing too, the product placement.
I need to trademark that.
I know you should. But product placement helps you on your budgets. I've always done product placement. Always.
Okay, but still, my question is, back then we just had that going on, and then I was in a film when I was 17 called Finish Line 2000 that Alan Autry was producing. So when did it become where we have multiple directors, we have a lot of people doing movies in this town? How did it go from just a couple people managing everything to there's options, now there's 20 people, and now there's a bunch of commercials we can do? How did that happen?
Yeah. I think people moved here from the bigger areas, and I think technology got cheaper. Things became more available. The world keeps evolving. I'm so much surprised. Like I said, what stopped my movie 20 years ago was the fact of, the gas station. I wouldn't let go of my gas station scene. Okay, I wanted to do it like a model, or I wanted to do it, like practical effects on an abandoned, remember going, and now we can do it with CGI, and they're all excited. My editors and stuff are going, yeah, trust us. I'm like, oh, I absolutely do. On the set, they do it's TME Visions, and they do music videos, which is kind of like the way I would want to make a film. It's like boom, 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 like that, beats. And so my attention span is not that many takes, and they were going, well, singers don't need that many takes because they have the tracks and stuff like that.
Right.
So we did it in a hurry, and that worked out so good. Can't always say that, but and it's not a short film. Talk about the next subject is I hate the word short films. I hate that word. This is a proof of concept, okay, or it's an opening of doors. It's a vehicle, okay. Like I said, it depends on who you talk to, but the producer would tell you it's a commercial, and he was whispering that to me. He's like, "Are you making me a commercial?" I go, "Not intentionally." I go, "You're welcome." It's
right.
Because it all made sense. Yeah. What he loaned us and stuff to appear on camera made sense. Wait till you see the car scene. There's a car scene, and he has a waterless car wash stuff that he promotes.
Who's Magic Solution?
Yeah, Who's Magic Solution? Yeah.
Which you guys have to come back and promote on a later day. Okay, so now if you do want to be in movies and you live in the Central Valley, the best thing to do is to come to our Fresno Filmmakers Alliance Mixers that Jeff Meacham runs.
The second Thursday of every month, and it's at the Clovis de Chico's.
So tonight at 7, that's where we're having it. So explain, since you've been running it, how you've been successful at getting all these directors and actors to attend.
I try to promote in other cities, and I bring them here. Like I've done it in Merced, Modesto, and I'm getting somebody. I've had somebody from Bakersfield, and you get a lot. I think you got work out of the Merced guy, Violet Pictures, right? Mm-hmm. So it's. I love seeing that because it's working.
And who introduced you to that guy? Or who told you about it?
Somebody here, no?
Me!
No, you!
I mean, jeez.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us on the show.
You're the one that brought Miguel Rodriguez to. Are you talking about Bakersfield? Did you bring Miguel?
No.
Oh.
Was that what someone from WASP wants to come here?
Oh yeah, that is Miguel. Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
I've worked with
It's
Miguel.
happening.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then we had Christopher Velasquez with Violet Films.
Yeah. Hectic Films from Bakersfield. We did a big thing with them, and
Yeah, Ricky Bird.
yeah, they were
Yeah,
fun.
shout out to Ricky
That was a
Bird.
good-
Yeah.
Yeah. Halloween night. We had a great time.
Brian Anderson, I met through you and got
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
And how long's he been developing his movie?
I believe for a while.
Yeah, I think like 15, 20 years for his motorcycle movie. You know, it just kept on evolving, you know.
I got
kinda
out of
crazy.
it somehow. I don't know. I had a big role in it.
We also got to give a shout out to Jonathan Ira.
Yeah.
Yes.
Official photographer!
Yes, Jonathan.
Who's shy?
Amazing pictures.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm ready to talk about Fresno Classics.
All right.
I'm sure we have some pictures for that. And since you won't show me your abs on,
I can't. You gotta be there to see it.
but they feel very tight.
I've been working really hard. Actually, shout out to Deathless Fitness. He's my coach. He's been putting me through a lot of
Look at those
pain and
arms.
struggles, but
Look at those.
check him out.
Oh my god, let me see this. And you don't want-
Yeah. Uh-oh. There you go. There you go.
But yeah, he's been preparing me since December. I started at about $150 or $160, went up, down, and now just shredding. It's very difficult, I can tell you that. It messes with your head so much, and gets you in angry moods.
that must have helped with your character.
It did a little, and I think, my parents were putting up with my crap. It's just it's pretty much Deathless Fitness. The words just say it all, because what he puts us through, as you can see, we go through.
Oh, look at that.
And that's him right
Woo.
there, Frank. Shout out to Frank. Thank you, brother. He's mentally preparing me, physically and mentally. And for the past 3 months, I've seen his results, amazing results, and that's us. That's our team. We're all in it to win it, and I'm excited. Come to the Fresno Classics. Come support us, and see me topless.
Is this your first fitness competition?
Actually, this is my second. I did it 3 years ago. I learned a lot about it. The prepping, the mealing. It was very hard at that time as well. Just the wrong timing for me, I guess you could say. And, Frank has been a godsend to me. He just saw my passion. He saw my hunger. I told him a little bit about my history and what I want to do, what I want to achieve, follow Arnold's footsteps in, bodybuilding, acting, helping others. And he believed in me. He's one person that believed in me and, sacrificing a lot of time and effort into me. And that's one thing that goes far and is not forgotten. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Deathless Fitness. Check them out. So yeah, it's if you want to get involved in that industry, make sure you're ready, because it's really stressful.
How far do you hope to go in fitness competition? Like, do you want to be a pro, or you're just trying to just get to that next level? What exactly do you hope to place?
All honesty, I do. I wouldn't mind going pro. It's been a passion of mine since I was a little kid. Like I said, watching Arnold's movies, just how bulky he was. I'm not a tall guy, obviously, so being short, the only thing that I could develop is muscles. And it's one thing that's been pretty much a goal of mine. I like to be different. And sometimes it's like I think to myself, man, I want to be considered as a freak, because people look at other big guys, bodybuilders, they're like, oh my god. But you know what? I like that. To a certain degree, obviously. and I've been working out since I was like 16, maybe even younger, doing push-ups and sit-ups with my brother, because he actually taught me how to do a lot of stuff. Shout out to Mike. Other than that, if I could go pro and be on magazines or have sponsorships or motivate other people, I would love to do that. You know what I mean? Get more the doors open for movies, films.
So you talk about representing different communities and reaching out to different communities. You make it. What about our Armenian community? What do you hope to give back to that?
Well, I would love to give a lot back because it's where I come from. It's my roots.
How long have you been here?
Oh, I grew up here. I was born in Hollywood for 2 years. Moved here.
So are your parents from?
Yeah, they're from Armenia.
They're from the country. Okay.
Speak it. I used to write it. I went to school for it, for Sunday school or Saturday school. I missed my Saturday cartoons for that. But damn it. But no, I do want to visit my country. I want to visit Greece, Italy. I want to travel, inspire people, and I want to help the Armenian community as well as much as I want to help out other communities, not just mine. But it's good to give back. The more you give back, the more you would receive. The more blessings you will get. I believe that, and it's the positive energy that you give out, and I truly believe it. And mentally, you gotta be prepared. It depends on how bad you want it. I believe if you want it as bad as you want to breathe, you will achieve it.
Wow.
Well, you are very focused, and I admire that about you.
Thank you. Thank you very
So, April 24th, by the way, Armenian genocide. So
we're going to be gathering at the Fresno State. Come through.
Yes, come through. So anything else that you guys want to plug now that you're passionate about, like how we're talking about that? Is there any issues, anything that you guys are diving into or activism that you want to talk about? I don't know why I'm looking at you, Jeff. I'll look at Gerard.
Not right now.
Not right now?
Right now, I'm just focusing on the Ride the Iron Mountain movie. And hopefully, I'll get back and with Chris and help him out a little bit too.
Okay, we're not the only do-gooders around here. Chris, talk about what you have going on.
This is Art's action figure, but I'm working on the head.
I want to see it. Oh, that was head lift? I like
Yeah. I'm gonna do, let me see. Here's the girls. I think I got this right. Yeah. But now this is just the basics, and then I work from here because the dresses are all wrong.
Who am I? Which one?
How'd I do?
Oh, nice. I've never. I didn't know I was gonna have a doll today. That's cool.
So, I got to redo the dress. The dresses are wrong. So this is the one from. This is the one from Wolf Cadet. These are prototypes. Okay. I was talking earlier to Jonathan, and it's like, okay, so how do you make money at this level? Yeah, you got to get back to prototypes, people.
Me, I can't have myself.
Yeah, not yet. Wait till I get her done. You got to figure out, okay, how are you going to make money now? Okay. And the thing is merch, T-shirts, baseball caps, action figures, comic books, video games. That's where the money's at. It's not in the movie. I mean, the movie's like a tease. It's come on. They want the world to be surrounded with whatever they want to be immersed in whatever the project is. They don't really necessarily love the project. I don't know. I think it's like a play acting thing, or people interpret it, the way they enjoy something. It's just different. But that's where the money's at.
So all the viewers are wondering right now, when are we gonna see this movie? We love the teaser, we love the clip, but
I have a rough cut, but it's encrypted. So after this, I'll let you guys see.
But are we gonna have a premiere like?
But what I know of, the guys that are doing this do music videos. Right now they're with a big rapper in LA for the next 3 days, for all the way through the weekend. And they're gonna be back probably Monday, and we'll probably have the commercial or the trailer or the coming attractions ready for Easter. And then we'll probably have the movie come out, like I said, somewhere between the 5th. Something's going on with Star Wars. Somewhere between the 5th, Cinco de Mayo, and the Star Wars. I think Star Wars Land is opening at Disneyland. You know, May's always like Star Wars stuff.
Okay, so then where are people going to be able
I always speed off everybody else's publicity.
Nice.
Okay?
Well, you have to.
It's like it's alternative. Oh, can't go to Disneyland for Star Wars Day? Guess what? Why don't you watch our movie? You know, but yeah, we have plans. One of the big problems with movies too is you have to get them closed captions now. Amazon, 40% of Amazon's market is hearing impaired, and that really, hopefully they don't mind me saying, but that really hit home with our bad guy Ryan Walker.
Yeah, because his
Ryan Wilson.
fiance is hearing impaired. She's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, so we're really looking into that. I mean, that's really
That'd be
something. It's just smart.
Yeah, no, that is definitely.
It's just smart, and I have a way to figure out how to get that done, and that's a game changer. You know, because a lot of the Bollywood films are not closed captioned.
And so we're looking at getting that on Amazon, so then eventually people can get the film on Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay.
We want to do a premiere, but right now the producer's out of state, so we don't know what he wants to do. He was scaring me to death because he wants to put it in the Sierra Vista Mall. So
what's wrong with that?
It scares me. I was like, I don't know. We won't talk about critics and stuff like that. But anyways, but that's like, that's your like hometown, right? I mean,
right.
You know, which reminds me too, Clovis was so good to us.
Yeah.
I can't thank them enough. I mean, you know, and Sierra Vista Mall is in Clovis, so it's kind of, it might be like home still, you know, but God, the city treated us so good. You know, it was so much easier to make a film here than anywhere else, you know.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys are all coming to the premiere of my movie, Justice for Adam. It's on May 11th at 4:30 p.m. at the theater at the Save Mart Center. So you're going to come, right? You guys are all coming?
Yeah. Of course.
Yes, and then, I mean, we'll work, then we're going to get the firefighter movie right after that, so.
Yeah.
No, that's great. So, yeah, Jonathan, thanks to Jonathan. I guess he left our photographer, and Marcus was supposed to come, but I guess he didn't make it. So we love you, Marcus.
Yes.
Is Marcus here? Marcus is here. Where's Marcus? Is he not? Why would they let him in here?
Anthony Robles too.
They won't let him. Can we
Make it.
wait for him? Really, he's got to come in. Is he on his way? Like, is he running? This is like. I wish that we had like a video that could follow him. In the
I know, right?
Because go film him.
I always like
back.
that,
This
like
is
on the
that.
Tonight Show and stuff when they do that, you know, going down the hallways.
Okay, we have to wait for Marcus. We can keep airing till Marcus. So just like Marcus. Okay, come on. So explain about your character in this movie and the next movie that we're doing together.
You're talking about firefighter, right?
Firefighter, and then we're talking about Wing Wing as
What
well.
was my character's name? Was Jack? Yeah, Jack. Yeah, that's like, this is my first actual like small part in a film. So I just basically play one of the firefighters. That's like kind of like upping the main character here, trying to get them all pumped up.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. So other than that, what are we working on next?
Wing Wing Jr.
Wing Jr. Yeah, it's supposed to be. What is it? A biopic? Is it a biopic?
Ooh, it's gonna be like it's to be like James Bond. You keep on wanting to make it like a.
And I'm your Bond girl.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it should be a biopic, but okay.
We'll talk more. You're gonna write half of it, so.
I'm with you. Whatever you want, I'm all. I support you, Marcos.
Make her still the bad girl.
Just do what you do to me in every movie.
Yeah.
Typecast.
Wow. I bought my camera.
Oh yeah, you're a photographer as well, and we art hop. You,
I have my own art studio. It's Broadway Studios, Studio 17. We're open every first Thursday of every month. We're actually going to be opening up second time every month. It'll probably be the 20th of every month. So come by, come support it. It's really cool. Like, it's cool to have the community come together and support each other in the art industry here. And we're only growing too, especially with like the downtown scene and Fulton Street opening up. It's really helped a lot, and I think it's bringing a lot of revenue to our town. So, yeah.
Jonathan, you got to come in really quick and say hi to
John.
everybody. That's our photographer.
Get in there.
That's our photographer.
More. There? Uh-oh. There he is.
I'm never on camera. I'm behind the camera. So it's nice to say hello to everybody. And thank you, everybody who's seen my pictures and given me a lot of appreciation. It's like a great ego boost.
Awesome.
Awesome. Thanks, John.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Next week we have Aaron Albright. Yay.
Bye.